The one true element that connects all Stanley Cup champions is chemistry. The teams that find it and ride with it are ordinarily the ones that fate favors most. As the New York Rangers have proven once again, chemistry cannot be purchased. It's a delicate balance between experience and youth that may once again exist in Detroit. Chris Simpson has that story.
Well, that's right, Darren. And in the case of the defending Stanley Cup champs, they hope they've found that perfect combination again this year. And while much of Detroit's veteran leadership remains intact, rookie Henrik Zetterberg will get his first taste of playoff action. And who better to prepare him for what lies ahead than veteran line mate Brett Hull.
The Detroit Red Wings have won the 2002 Stanley Cup.
You come to an original six team in Detroit, and to be a part of that unbelievable group of players that we had, and then to win it here at Joe Louis in front of the fans in Detroit. I got goosebumps again just thinking about that when the buzzer went, and it was just bedlam.
But that was a year ago. And as the Detroit Red Wings prepare to defend their title of Stanley Cup champs, they'll be doing it with many familiar faces and a few new ones, including Swedish rookie sensation Henrik Zetterberg, a 22-year-old they call Hank, who's been shown the ropes by his veteran line mate.
Hull across the line, comes back into the slot, high slot shot, scores! Zetterberg! Oh, and a beautiful setup by Brett Hull.
Henrik, what's it like to play with this guy?
Oh, it's fun to play with him. You know, it's always had something to say, and so.
I'm thinking you're the quiet one compared to your line mate here.
Yeah, that's right.
He may be a man of few words, but on the ice, his play speaks for itself. This season, he's drawn praise and some pretty lofty comparisons.
He is so far ahead of where I was. You know, I was just this happy-go-lucky kid who just came out of college, didn't have a care in the world, you know, played a couple times a week in college. But, you know, Hank is twice the player I was, so much more mature for his age than I was, so much more prepared, and, you know, he's gonna be a whale of a player, and he's gonna have a great playoff.
And while their focus is the same, one can't help but notice their differences. For as Zetterberg prepares for his first taste of playoff hockey, Brett Hull recalls his place in hockey history.
Shot, Yuri Lettinen, Hull, loose puck, Hull, shot, star, the Dallas Stars, Brett Hull, they've won the Stanley Cup, deep in the heart of
Going into Buffalo and winning it, it was the biggest thrill. It was, you know, even with the controversy, that was so blown out of proportion. But you know what? It'll always be one of those goals that everyone will remember, and that even makes it more special.
Henrik, where were you? Were you watching that? Like, do you remember that Stanley Cup win that the Dallas Stars had that year?
No, actually.
What's the first Stanley Cup final that you remember actually watching?
I think last year was the first one I really watched, and they showed the games back in Sweden, and I saw 2 games when I was over here. But I think that was the first playoffs that I really watched.
But now all eyes will be on him to see if the magic he and Hull have created with line mate Pavel Datsyuk will reap the rewards.
Pavel and I have been talking for quite a while now that you know, Hank's got a real good chance to win Rookie of the Year, and anything we can do to make him look better and to pad his stats, that's what we're trying to do, because to me, there's a lot of great players, and to take anything away from them, there's nobody that's even in his league.
Zetterberg, backhand center, Hull, score! Oh my gosh, the old goat and the kids keep it going.
And Henrik, when you look at Brett Hull, 16 years older than you, all the experiences and the successes he's had in his NHL career, you hoping that you'll be able to follow in his footsteps?
Yeah, hopefully gonna play like
He will, a long time.
as long as he did, but I don't think I will be able to score as long.
Well, I'm on your line anyway. I only get in the good spots.
Here's Henrik Zetterberg.
Henrik Zetterberg may have a long way to go to come close to catching Brett Hull's 716 career goals, but his 44 points this season put him at the head of the class in rookie scoring. And while it remains to be seen if the Red Wings will hoist the Stanley Cup again, Henrik Zetterberg may have already ensured his name will be inscribed on the Calder Trophy for Rookie of the Year. Darren?
All right, fair enough. Thanks, Chris. Chris will be busy this postseason tackling the more compelling stories for Hockey Central throughout the run. You know, last October, Curtis Joseph may have...
Anaheim, Detroit, oh my gosh, Maggie likes the Ducks. Monkey loves the Ducks. There's a mating scene we hope we never see on Wild Kingdom. And in fact, the monkey is going alone. All the other so-called experts going with Detroit. So it's the monkey versus the monkeys. It is more than just a game. Our thanks to April Wine. Indeed, it's a Stanley Cup playoff game. Game one, both teams come in red hot. Detroit, winners of their last 11 straight at home. The Ducks, no slouches either down the stretch. Only 2 regulation losses in their last 13. We're set to go to Motown. Here's Pierre and Gord with the call.
The theme is Red Storm rising in Detroit for the 2003 Stanley Cup playoffs as the Red Wings look for another repeat. They'll start off what they hope is the road to 16 wins with Game 1 of this Western Conference Series against the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Tonight's starting goaltenders are brought to you by Tim Hortons. Roll up the rim to win. 25-year-old Jean-Sébastien Giguère has never played a National Hockey League playoff game. He'll face off against 35-year-old Curtis Joseph, who's 58 and 58 lifetime in the Stanley Cup playoffs. The referees, Brad Watson and Kevin Pollock. The linesmen are Mark Wheeler and Mike Civic. Red Wings won 3 of the 4 regular season meetings, but the Ducks won the last one decisively by a score of 4-1. Chris Draper faces off against the Ducks' Steve Ruchin, who starts with Paul Kariya and Rob Niedermeyer. It's the grind line for Detroit. Draper with Maltby and McCarty. And here's Matthew Schneider, number 23, playing it ahead for Maltby, bumped there by Niedermeyer. Maltby brought down, and Paul Kariya retreats to get it for the Ducks. Across for Keith Carney. Goes right down to Curtis Joseph. Maltby up with it. Along the boards for Darren McCarty. And McCarty gets around the first man. Sandis Ozolic can't beat the second. Nicholas Haviland bumped along the boards there by Chris Draper. And this line so often sets the tone for the Red Wings in a playoff game. Through the middle of the ice, here comes Sandis Ozolic across the line ahead of the play. Offside is the call.
Well, if the Anaheim Mighty Ducks are going to win this playoff series against Detroit, they're going to have a huge presence down the middle. Steve Ruchin, Adam Oates, Sammy Paulson, Jason Krog, those guys are going to have to really be physical and be smart and be very good on faceoffs. That's the strength of their team. Watch for Keith Carney and Nicholas Haviland to always be on the ice against Yzerman, Fedorov, and Shanahan.
Ruchin remains out there with Paul Kariya. Steve Thomas now plays right wing on this line. Dave Lewis of the Red Wings counters with Yzerman, Fedorov, and Brendan Shanahan. So the line juggling has already started here in the first period. Kariya stripped of the puck by Brendan Shanahan. The Olympic teammates from Salt Lake City 1 year ago. Kurt Sauer, another Duck making his playoff debut, plays it down to the Detroit zone. It goes right to Sergei Fedorov. Shanahan streaking up the right side. Waits for Matthew Dandino. Shanahan looking for the return pass to Dandino. It bounces down to the corner. Dandino in front. Ruchin there for the Ducks. Bounces it there for Paul Kariya, who plays it out of the zone. And now Kariya will head off the ice after a long shift for Anaheim, 1 minute and 40 seconds. Keith Carney spinning back for the Ducks. Playing it ahead for Peter Sikora, who gets his first taste of the ice in these Stanley Cup playoffs. And play is called.
Well, last year's defending Stanley Cup champs, led by Steve Yzerman, Sergei Fedorov, and Brendan Shanahan. But this is a dynamic line we were alluding to in the open hall. Datsuk and Zetterberg, they've been outstanding in the second part of the year. Gord's already talked about the grind line. And watch for Nick Lidstrom, the most efficient player in the National Hockey League. He is just tremendous, looking to win 3 straight Norris trophies. And Gord, I think you would concur, when it calls for a lot of minutes played and efficient breakouts and smart defensive awareness, Nick Lidstrom's power and power at the forward position. They want to force Oates to play defensively. That's why they have Datsuk, Hull, and Zetterberg on the ice.
And The World Junior Championship, he's coached in the American League playoffs, but never yet at this level.
And he does a great job getting his team prepared, and I love the way he runs his practices. They're so fast and in your face. His team plays a lot like how they practice.
Matthew Schneider was belted there by Mike LeClaire, but the Red Wings are able to clear it out. Henrik Zetterberg, who led all rookie scorers, number 40 out there with Datsuk and Hull. Schneider through the middle of Pavel Datsuk, breaking ahead with Brett Hull. 2-on-2, they crisscross. Hull shovels it off for Datsuk. Back for Brett Hull, quick shot, that's blocked. Puck loose in front. Schneider tried to keep it in, but could not. It's offside at the Anaheim blue line.
The most important thing for the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim is to make sure they don't allow
that Curtis Joseph's team got at least to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Hasn't been knocked out in the first round since early in his career with the Edmonton Oilers. And of course, he engineered some dynamite playoff upsets while playing for Edmonton. Jason Woolley banks it off the boards there for Thomas Holmstrom. Fourth line out there for Detroit. Larionov with Robitaille and Holmstrom. Imagine that, a 600 goal scorer in Robitaille playing on the fourth line.
That's why it's a little scary to give a line numbers here in Detroit, because they're just so effective and efficient.
Vitaly Vishnevsky plays it ahead for Cam Severson, number 14. Severson, who played his first NHL game just over a month ago, is one of 9 Ducks in the lineup tonight, playing in his first NHL playoff game. Lidstrom plays it ahead for Robitaille. Through the middle, he goes to Larionov. Shanahan, quick shot, and Giguère squeezes the pads together, has a second look, and makes the stop.
This is what you have to get ready for, is the patience of the Detroit Red Wings, and it all starts with Igor Larionov in the neutral zone doing a great job coming back. He knows they're about to change lines, so he comes back with the puck. Watch him, he said, oh, no, I'm going to come back, regroup. Now everybody can start filling lanes. Here's the effective passing of Nick Lidstrom. Touch pass from Larionov to Shanahan. Boom, on goal. Great save by Giguère, but that's how beautiful it is to watch the Red Wings.
Fedorov wins the draw. Point shot by Nick Lidstrom. Turned away. The rebound knocked away from Steve Yzerman. And now a penalty coming up as Yzerman was sent sprawling in the corner, and Ruslan Saleh will go off for holding, and Detroit, which had the best power play in the NHL this season, will go to work.
And this is a problem for Anaheim. You know, they're a very disciplined team. Only Montreal had fewer penalty minutes against in the league this year than the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. But what happens when you play against effective offensive players, you have to cheat a little bit. Ruslan Saleh grabs a hold of Steve Yzerman. Yzerman's always going to get that call on a reputation alone. And that's why Ruslan Saleh's in the box.
Fedorov out there along with Thomas Holmstrom up front, and Shanahan. Back on the points are Nick Lidstrom and Larionov. Lidstrom ahead to Fedorov. Fedorov picking his way through the middle of the ice. Steve Ruchin got a stick on that. Detroit was sizzling on the power play down the stretch. 7 for its last 25. Lidstrom for Fedorov. Took a bump. Lidstrom trying to keep it in. It's chipped by him. And now the Red Wings once again regroup as Larionov sends it across for Brendan Shanahan. In for Fedorov. Fedorov walking in, backhand shot, and it rolls just wide. Fedorov just getting to his feet now as Lidstrom keeps it in at the line. Cross ice for Larionov. Down low for Fedorov. Holmstrom's posted up in front. Shanahan walks in there as well. Fedorov down to Larionov. 1:10 to go in this Red Wings power play. The Wings so patient. Fedorov back for Larionov. Shanahan posted up in front. Cross they go. Shanahan scores! Brendan Shanahan. 1-0 Detroit.
Brendan Shanahan's going to get the goal, but it's a precision passing of Thomas Holmstrom in the movement down low that confuses the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Holmstrom sees a backdoor seam available because Keith Carney has a stick in the wrong position. That's how dangerous this power play is for the Detroit Red Wings. 1-0 Detroit because of a slick feed from the demolition man, Thomas Holmstrom, out front to Brendan Shanahan, who makes it 1-0.
Brendan Shanahan, who scored the Stanley Cup winning goal for the Red Wings in Game 5 of the final in this building last year. He's got Detroit's first goal of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and it's 1-0 in favor of the Wings. A nightmare start for the Ducks. You take an early penalty, and you face the #1 power play in the NHL. Matthew Schneider plays it on back to Chris Chelios. Up for Kirk Maltby. Back comes the grind line to add to the momentum. Giguère caught out of his goal. Maltby plays it back there for McCarty. Maltby gets it back, being watched by Adam Oates. Into the slot it goes. McCarty ripped that shot wide. And Sandis Ozolinsh comes up with it for Anaheim. Almost turned the puck over.
Gordon, it's going to be very important for Anaheim not to fall behind by 2 goals early on, or they're going to have to break up their game plan, and that's not going to be very conducive for them to win.
Shanahan from Holmstrom and Larionov at 5:45 on the power play. Ozolinsh banks it along the boards for Rob Niedermayer, the #1 line, back out there for the Red Wings. Now Hull looking for it, gave it away. Here's Rob Niedermayer walking in, couldn't get a shot away. Niedermayer tracks down the puck in the corner, being watched by Datsyuk. Pinching up his Soleil, sends it in front. Curtis Joseph steers that away. Now down in the corner, Jason Krogh. Vitaly Vishnevsky drops it back off. Soleil tees it up, stopped in front. And Curtis Joseph pounces on the rebound, and the crowd gives him a huge round of applause. Well, Brett Hull enters this game with 100 career playoff goals. Led the team in the regular season with 37. He has more playoff goals than any player in history who didn't play for Edmonton.
The recipient of a brand new 1-year contract extension at $5 million per year. Brett Hull plays on a fantastic line with Datsyuk and Zetterberg, and watch those.
Time of his life here in Detroit. Yzerman to his knees, managed to control that puck for the Red Wings, and now it bounces to Shanahan, who bats it to the line but not out. Matthew Dandino being bumped by Cheestop, got it over for Nick Lidstrom, and Lidstrom plays it ahead for Steve Yzerman. Up there for Fedorov. Bounces down in the corner. Matthew Dandino streaks in there for Detroit. So quick is Dandino, and almost stole the puck. And now Lidstrom retreats with Stanislav Cheestop watching him closely. Lidstrom, the Conn Smythe Trophy winner of a year ago. Lost it to Steve Thomas. Yzerman gets a stick in there. Backhanded in front, gloved away by Dandino. And now Fedorov up along the boards for Shanahan, who chips it out neatly for Detroit. Ruslan Soleil brings it ahead for the Ducks. Flips it high into the corner. That appeared to go off the meshing. It did. And play is called with 13:35 to go here in the first. Chris Draper nailed for roughing behind the play, Pierre.
He went right after Paul Kariya. That's one of the things you do early on in a series. When you're Chris Draper, you identify and you go after a marked man. You saw 2 guys, Schneider and Draper, go right after Paul Kariya, and Paul Kariya can expect a lot of that the rest of this series. If not from Draper, from McCarty, from Maltby, from Schneider, and even from Chelios.
To the power play go the Ducks. Jason Krogh wins the drawback. Havlin with a shot right on, and Curtis Joseph makes the stop. This, the biggest improvement in Anaheim this year, Pierre. The Ducks were last in the league on the power play 1 year ago. This year they improved to 16th.
There's no question about it, and this is one of the men that had a great year for them. I mean, you look at Nicholas Havlin's numbers, 11 goals this season. You look at his career total, the 3 previous years, only 7 goals. So he did a great job getting his career going this season.
LeClaire plays the puck back to the line, looking for Havlin, who's back there with Sandis Ozolinsh. Steve Thomas up front with Krogh and Mike LeClaire, but Fedorov breaks away for Detroit and now circles back. And Fedorov wires that down the ice for Detroit. The Red Wings tied for 6th in the regular season in penalty killing, allowed only 2 opposition power play goals on the last 29 chances. Mike LeClaire brings it across the line, trying to drop it off for Thomas, turn it over, and Fedorov brings it back the other way for the Wings. Ahead for Shanahan. Back for Fedorov. Fedorov takes a shot. Giguère the save. Chelios now pinches up for Detroit, and the puck gets by him. Mike LeClaire looking ahead there for Krogh. That was knocked down with a high stick as Lidstrom steps up to play it.
Gord, we've heard so much about that's a real good part of Detroit's game. Their neutral zone coverage on the penalty kill.
Fedorov heads to the bench. Steve Yzerman steps out to take the face-off against Anaheim. Steve Ruchin. Ruchin played all 82 games this season for the first time in his career. And that was another huge factor for Anaheim, the health of Kariya and Steve Ruchin.
You know, you always talk about underrated players in the National Hockey League. Steve Ruchin out of the University of Western Ontario is one of those guys that's just so underappreciated.
Nicholas Havlin brings it ahead slowly for Paul Kariya. Drops it off for Adam Oates. Back in front for Kariya. Curtis Joseph plays that away. Curtis Joseph in the corner being bumped by Kariya, or rather, Chris Chelios being bumped by Kariya. Now the shot from the point in front for Sikora. Takes the shot. Rebound. Kariya can't get Goodwood on it. Another great chance there for the Ducks, but Kariya can't get a shot away. 30 seconds to go on the penalty to Chris Draper. Sikora peels away as Sandis Ozolinsh brings it ahead. Passes it off quickly for Adam Oates. Drops it for Kariya. Kariya back across the ice. That pass too far for Oates, and now Zetterberg was hooked behind the play, and that'll do it for the Anaheim power play. And Detroit will get the man advantage in 16 seconds as Steve Ruchin goes off for hooking Zetterberg. Or check, that's Sikora.
Anaheim would do smart things by getting pucks in deep rather than trying to penetrate the zone by being fancy. Paul Kariya a little bit too fancy. Now watch the speed and acceleration of Zetterberg. He goes blowing by Ruchin. Ruchin gets a stick up in the throat area. You've got to be responsible for your stick. And that's actually Sikora that they caught.
Yeah,
not Ruchin.
well,
Apologies.
I thought it might have been Sikora or Ruchin earlier, and then Sikora came in later. But as a result, it's 4-on-4 for 15 seconds, and then Detroit, which scored at its first power play chance, will get a second. 11 minutes to go here in the first period. Red Wings lead 1-0 in Game 1 of this Western Conference opening round series. Patrick Kjellberg, number 18, battling for it there, but lost that battle and goes to Nick Lidstrom. Draper's back on the ice for Detroit. The Red Wings on the power play for 1 minute and 40 seconds as Datsyuk brings it ahead along with Zetterberg and Hall. Datsyuk wires it around the boards. Ruslan Saleh lost it there as Kjellberg plays it up. And now Joseph will retreat to get it for Detroit at the line. Drops it off for Shanahan. Between the legs pass to no one. And Saleh plays it ahead for Sammy Paulson, who was almost in alone on a shorthanded breakaway. 15 seconds to go in this Red Wing power play. And Igor Larionov brings it ahead for Chris Chelios. Shovels it off for Shanahan. Quick shot, hit the post. Brendan Shanahan put that right off the bar. Larionov down low for Shanahan. Chips it in front. Patrick Kjellberg's there for Anaheim, and the penalty's over as Sikora's back on the ice. Larionov had fallen. Joseph can't hang on. Rebound, they fire it wide again. Great chance for Sammy Paulson, and now in desperation, Holmstrom backhands it out. Furious pressure by the Ducks here with 9 minutes to go in this first period. The Ducks have had 4 great chances, Pierre, and have no shots on goal to show for it. And that's a 2-line pass as Draper breaks across center with his team leading by 1. We'll let you know. Check your local listings, as I like to say. We'll pick the best game. Sergei Fedorov steps in for the draw against Steve Ruchin of the Ducks, and now Ruchin is shown out, and that means Rob Niedermayer will take the draw for Anaheim. Fedorov, Detroit's leading playoff point getter 1 year ago, had his best point total in this regular season since 1996.
Well, he just sleptwalked on that last faceoff. Niedermayer beat him clean because Fedorov wasn't ready.
Yzerman plays it down for Nick Lidstrom. The winner of the last 2 Norris trophies, who's the favorite to make it 3 in a row. Yzerman through the middle. Fedorov fires it down to the far corner, knocked down by Keith Carney. And Carney circles away from Brendan Shanahan. Up along the boards it goes. And they manage to chip it by Fedorov and back out to center ice. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first period. Fedorov stepping through the middle. Mike LeClaire knocked him down hard. But back come the Wings. Here's Yzerman for Shanahan. In front. Chipped on goal. Stopped by Giguère. Great chance there for the Red Wings as Matthew Dandino got a piece of that pass. And Steve Ruchin brings it ahead for Anaheim with Mike LeClaire. Ruchin brought down. Sends it right on, and Joseph plays it away. Peter Sikora comes up with it for the Ducks. Sikora in front, he goes, it bounces by everyone, back to Kurt Sauer. His shot in front, tip, Joseph to stop, they score! Adam Oates ties it up for Anaheim. 1-1. The first playoff goal, Pierre, for Adam Oates since the 1998 Stanley Cup Final when he scored for Washington.
And that's a great job by Kurt Sauer getting that puck through. It all starts with good down low pressure by the Ducks. Just get the puck through. It doesn't have to be hard. It just gets through. There's Adam Oates pouncing on the rebound. Excellent job. It shows you don't have to have a lot of velocity. You just have to have a lot of precision and a lot of guys down low grinding it out. Adam Oates finishing it off.
Adam Oates, who scored only 9 times in the regular season, but catches there to tie the game up. And the crowd of the Joe gets very, very quiet. Pavel Datsyuk through the middle of the ice. Bikov with a shot. That's blocked in front. Hull takes a quick one. That fired just wide. Wisniewski bumping there with Zetterberg. Cheestov through the middle, gave it away. Datsyuk takes the shot. Giguère the save. And a glaring giveaway by the rookie gives Detroit a great scoring chance. Here's a Stanley Cup update with James Duffy.
From Tampa, guys follow the bouncing puck. Mike Greer sends it in front off Brad Lukowicz's stick. And the bunt single by Robert Lang, his 8th career playoff goal, 1-0 Capital.
Well, Stanislav Cheestov hasn't had a great start in his first NHL playoff game. What a save by Giguère, though. He reads the play, comes out, challenges Pavel Datsyuk, shuts the door with excellent rebound control. No second chance opportunity for the Detroit Red Wings.
Draper versus Oates on the face-off. Draper wins it back to Chelios. Quick shot, and the stop is made by Giguère. Adam Oates loves to play playoff games against the Detroit Red Wings. His only playoff hat trick was against Detroit back in 1991 in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs when he was a St. Louis Blue.
Guess who his line mate was?
Yes, number 17 now for Detroit. Oates, by the way, his first of the playoffs from Mike LeClaire and Kurt Sauer at 15:33.
And Sauer made that whole thing happen by being really smart on the offensive blue line, taking a step to his right and just putting the puck through to create that rebound opportunity for Adam Oates.
Krog versus Datsuk on the faceoff, controlled by the Wings. Hull, quick shot, that's kicked away by Giguère. And now Krog tries to chip it away, a broken stick on the ice. And that got in the way of everyone as hustling back was Brett Hull to pick up the puck. Hull leaving it there for Dmitry Bikov. Goes a long cross-ice pass. It bounces away from Hull. Ozolinsh plays it ahead for Jason Krog. Across the line it goes. Patrick Shelburne. Quick shot stopped by Curtis Joseph. Rebound. Rob Niedermayer's shot. Joseph down, makes a stop on the second one as well. And Datsuk comes away for Jason Woolley. Woolley through the middle for Henrik Zetterberg. That pass too far for him. And as Ozolinsh goes back, icing is the call with 3:21 left.
Gord, we've been seeing a lot of this lately. Guys having their sticks explode right in their hands. Brett Hull goes to snap a puck on goal. It just explodes right in his hand. And he's frustrated because he knows that's a prime scoring opportunity for especially Brett Hull. But we've seen that so often right now. And one of the tricks for defensive players around the league is when they see players like Brett Hull, they go and whack their sticks. And what they're finding is once they touch the puck again after their stick's been whacked, the thing just explodes in their hands.
And Hull also uses the extra whippy stick, so they break a lot easier.
Absolutely.
Ruchin steps in for the face-off against Sergei Fedorov for Detroit. 3:21 to go here in the first period. Ruchin wins the drawback for Havlik. Quick shot stopped by Joseph. And Chelios brings it ahead for Detroit. That's 12-10 in favor of the Red Wings, but the game is tied at 1. Correa plays it ahead for Peter Sikora. Now it's Correa with Sikora and Ruchin. Correa centers it there, but it's behind Ruchin, and Fedorov brings it back the other way for the Wings. One-on-one with Keith Carney. Fedorov spins back, tees it up. Giguère blocks that away.
That's great goaltending right there. He knew he could clear that rebound.
Here comes Sikora walking across the line. First shot blocked, and Joseph gathers up the bouncing puck in front. He'll hang on for a face. Imagine that.
Brian Burke going to cool someone off.
It's almost funny when you think about it, isn't it? These days it'd be called putting gas on the fire.
Yeah.
But it was a nasty, nasty rivalry. At one point, after Correa had been injured by Gary Suter of the Blackhawks, they were threatening to headhunt each other. Darren McCarty with a shot right on. That's stopped by Giguère, and the puck goes up into the Anaheim bench. But Correa, of course, was injured by Gary Suter. The next time Correa was back on the ice against Chicago, he suggested that maybe they should take out some of the Hawks' best players, to which Mr. Chelios replied, fine, I'll take out Solani.
Paul Correa has really thrived under the new guidance of Mike Babcock and Brian Murray, the management team in Anaheim. Last year he had 57 points. This year he has 81 points. And, you know, Mike Babcock's really turned Paul Correa loose, and Paul Correa has really bought into the enthusiastic way that Mike Babcock does coach.
Lidstrom off for Danilo, quick shot in front, rebound, and Jean-Sebastien Giguère hops on that with the minor penalties. He got tangled up there with Ruslan Saleh. So we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for the final 2 minutes and 18 seconds of this first period. Ducks and Red Wings tied at 1. Hull with the steal. Walks out in front, drops it back in the corner for Pavel Datsuk. Datsuk, poke check there as the puck goes back to the line. Danilo able to keep it in. Empty pass for Hull. Cross-ice pass was chipped away from Nick Lidstrom by Adam Oates with a quick stick. Danilo through the middle for Hull. Chips it back for Lidstrom. And the Red Wings don't mind the regroup one bit. Coach Dave Lewis saying this morning they'll get to the opposition blue line and circle back all the way behind their own goal if they don't like what they see. And now Ozolinsh just chips it up to center ice. Danilo on his horse being watched by Paul Correa. And now Lidstrom does a good job to chip it away from Steve Ruchin. Lidstrom goes back cross ice for Danilo.